and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second series of the broadcast. Welcome back to the round 16 of the PiGosaur Monday number 29. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Maganatha, we have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran himself from the land of the Americas. It is Vindicta. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the red Zerg representing ZvT Esports. It is Cham. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. Predictions. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat, as it is Gamba time. And we jump into one of the larger maps in the map pool. So Maganatha is an interesting map, is what I will say. If you're out there, if you like Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, you're gonna love this. Because there are rocks everywhere. There are rocks everywhere. There are towers everywhere as well. This is Rock City. You can knock down tower after tower after tower. You can knock down towers on other already destroyed towers. It's so there's a lot of destructible terrain here. You can even knock down this tower to knock down this Zelnaga tower to eventually expand and take the gold base. This map is very large. What I will say, yes, it's a large map and there is a lot of destructible terrain. There's a lot of ways to slow the game down, but that is otherwise necessary because these bases are a lot more spread out. Think Frostline. It's similar to Frostline 1. Frostline, the bases are isolated from each other. It is easier to rotate and to catch your opponent out of position and to try to break down either the fringe fourth base, the third base, the fifth base as well. They're all very spread out. And there are a lot of avenues and attack paths to get into and rotate between said bases. Because that map vision and map control and map awareness is paramount on Maganatha, we have seen that many a player attempt and struggle to keep up with army rotations and struggle to be in position in time for said rotations as well. But I'm referring to, you know, the mid game, referring to the late game. We'll see if we can get there here, as for now we do have our Stendripner hatch gas pull at a Cham, likewise Vindicta going for his own setup as well. Here we go. So send openers all around. Oh, speaking of, if you see the animal that is responsible for this map as well also is in the chat. Este hyper one. Este hyper. Ay. Ah, no. The man responsible for Maganatha. Among us, papi. Among us. Do we blame Hyper One? Do we blame Magnath? Hard to say. For now, though, we do have our CC in the main. So third CC before starport here from Vindicta. So going for an economic start. We're going to slow things down. Likewise, Cham just going for his own standard setup as well. It's great to see Cham once again. I should also emphasize that Cham, he was inactive for quite some time, but as of, I want to say, a couple of months ago at this point, coming into the new year, Cham, he has been reinvigorated. He has been competing once again on a more regular basis. It's great to see more and more of Cham as of late, coming into it and getting ready for EWC, I'm sure. It's great to see some more of Cham. Coming into this in their peaks at their prime, I think I would lean towards Cham. I mean, I say that Cham's weakest matchup historically has been ZvT, but at the same time, he recently had a best of 9 against Special, against Juanito, and Cham did actually win that best of 9, did defeat Special. But it was close. Likewise, Vindicta, he does slip into the mineral line. Banshee's on the way, so going to be 3cc Cloak Banshee out of Miguelito. Oh, as Reaper does fall. Likewise, double Hellions in the mineral line, getting 4 drone kills. 4 workers, but the Hellions get thrown away. Not the best trades here. That was 2 Hellions, 1 Reaper for 4 workers. Almost a 1-to-1 trade. With that, Cham, he does defend, he does survive, going into his own lair first. And droning up. Droning, saturating. Makes it now moving out. When it comes to rush distances by ground and comparing some of these larger maps, I'm still on the fence. I still have to look that up when it comes to Maganatha, when it comes to Tokamak, when it comes to Incorporeal as well, and Pylon. There are a number of larger maps to compare. as Migs, he does take his own third. Claims the third base. Migs so far doing a great job here at keeping up with the creep at least. Denying those tumors. Cham going for his own fourth location on the right hand side. You can also take the center base as well, true. Taking the center base can be risky in a later game scenario just because you can actually lay siege upon this with siege units like Tempest and Brewlords relatively easily. But that's of course in a longer and later game. Meanwhile, looks like we're going into the Spire. Let's go. Cham going into Lingbane Muta. Going for a more old school composition. Very out of meta is what I will say. Here we go, double Banshee into the main. Gets one, gets two, gets up to 3 drones. 3 workers going down. Queens, they rotate, they keep up. Ooh. Cham does zone away. Does zone away, and likewise, I believe a chamber for later upgrades from Cham. Vindicta, he has not scattered. Oh no, my apologies, he did. My bad. He did get into that natural. He did see the Spire. He knows what's going on. Turrets are already being thrown down. We have turrets in each of the mineral lines. Turrets protecting the production as well, and he's getting to his own bio setup. So we're gearing up for some classic ZvT of Lingbane Muta versus Biomine. I say that initially we do have tanks on the way. Tanks are a little bit less ideal here against Lingbane Muta just because of course they can't support the army anywhere near as well. Oh, but Migs, do you see what I see? I see no gases. No gases being taken. 3 racks is on the way. Now the tank production makes sense. It is going to be purely marine tank. And I believe, yes, we are 8 racksing. It's going to be a 3 base all-in, 8 racks here out of Vindicta. He's rallying everything across the map. And one way or another, he will end the game. Now, Mutas defensively are not ideal. Right now, Cham is vulnerable. Mutas, they're great at harassing. They're great at picking off reinforcements, at harassing mineral lines. But when it comes to these head-on fights, head-on engagements, that is where they struggle. Bailey's able to and take down 2 Hellbat so far. Likewise, Marines, they do dive forward here towards the Queens. Yeah, the Queens are on their own. Bailing speed is not ready. Bailing speed is delayed because of the Mutas. Ooh, nice target firing. Bailings, they go down. And Migs, he's here to win. He's here to just snowball out of control. He's here to sim on forward. Mutas, they do pull away. Queens are exposed. More reinforcements have arrived. Remember, there's 0 Bailings. 0 Bailings to defend. And without Bailings, the Marines, they cannot be stopped. They start to step back. Mutas are focused down. There's what, 2 Mutas left? It's not enough. It's not enough. Migs, before we can get into a longer game, before we can get into a longer macro game, Cham gets caught with his pants down. The pants, they were down completely. GG gets called, and Vindicta, he will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played, Vindicta. Once he saw the Spire, he was so fast and so quick to commit into the 3 base all-in. Again, this is also one of the reasons why Muta play against Terran is very rare. It's very rare. If you watch StarCraft over the past couple of years, you'll know that Lingbane Muta is a rare sight. It is why I appreciate it whenever I see it, just because it is a rarity in the current meta. But as you can see, it can be quite difficult to get away with here. Once it got scouted, bam, 8 racks, right? And again, as we mentioned, Mutas, they're built for a longer macro game. They're not built to defend. They're not built for defense against an all-in. So GG. GG, well played. With that, Migs does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if Cham can recover coming into Game 2. As Game 2 is going to be on Tokamak. Here we go. Cham really wants to save that 4th. I mean, if the 4th dies with the first wave, he dies anyway. Like, that's... if the 4th base goes down that quickly, then the Zerg player loses economy and more importantly loses a lot of their production as well. So it's important to try to slow that down, but you could argue that it was a bit of a later engage from Cham. But remember, like, there was so much there that was killing Cham. It wasn't just that Cham went into Muta play and that struggled defensively, but if you remember, everything else for his Ling Bane was delayed. Remember, because he rushed into Mutas, that meant Baneling speed wasn't ready. Baneling speed was not ready for the fight. 1-1 upgrades also delayed as well. So everything else for the Ling Bane army was also delayed because of the big investment into Mutas. So it was just a really rough position there for Cham. Like it was just a really rough position for him. But here we go. We're now getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the American Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Platinum Esports. It is Vindicta. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player with the red Zerg from land of Mexico, representing ZvT Esports. It is Cham. And as much as I appreciated the attempted Muta play last game, I can't imagine we'll see that again. We'll keep an eye on Cham. We'll keep an eye on him. And welcome one and all to Tokamak. Tokamak is another one of these larger macro maps in the new ladder map pool. It's an interesting one, to say the least. One of the more interesting features here is that we have a goal base that is accessible as a potential 4th or 5th expansion towards the center of the map, but we have towers that can knock them down. There are towers that are here that can destroy some of these mineral patches. I should emphasize they only destroyed the blue minerals. They get knocked down, they destroy the blue minerals. I believe the gold minerals actually do persist. So it doesn't destroy everything, but does destroy some of the resources here. Likewise, when it comes to the defensive setup, unlike on the previous map, here you are more secure on 4 bases. Now, one of the reasons why you're more secure on 4 bases is because, unlike the previous map, there is no path here in between the bases. So here we have our 3rd base, we have our 4th base. There are entrances towards the bases, but if you wanted to go in between them, you can't because of these rocks. Meanwhile, on the previous map, on maps like Frostline or maps like Maganatha, this path is open. This path is open, which makes it more accessible and more easy to rotate as a harassing player, as an aggressing player. So this is a more defensive map. Easier to defend on 4 bases, I should say. Of course, once you get into a longer game, you can open this up, but early on, that is going to be closed off. As Reaper does pull away. You see Cham going for the linear 3rd base here on the low ground. And Vindicta back at home going 3 CC before starboard. So economic builds here by Vindicta. Once again, last game he also went for 3cc Banshee, so far it looks like the same setup. We'll see if he goes for the Tech Lab into the add-on swap. We'll keep an eye on Vindicta. Likewise, across the map, Cham just droning. Just saturating. We'll see if Cham goes for a 430 lair timing again. Last game he went for a lair at 430 into Muta play. And we'll see if he can get into that again. Likewise, rush distance by ground, there are definitely other like attack paths and attack angles, and there are definitely ways to try to catch an army out. We'll see. We shall see. Yep, there we go. There's the add-on swap into Banshees. So far the same build here, 2 games in a row from Vindicta. Cham is joining. Now Cham, he typically does often thrive with roach play. We didn't see that last game, but we may see that this time here. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but the static is very loud. It's this. The static on the Monster Energy logo on the generators. That's where that comes from. Now then, the poking in. Ooh, no cloak. Okay, so we delay cloak going for a faster stim instead from the side of Vindicta. Meanwhile, yep, 430 lair timing out of Cham. Safety Baneliness this time. Okay, so Cham, he's playing safe. Basically, the way this works is that this time he gets an earlier Baneliness. The Baneliness is lined up with the lair to rush into Baneling speed much faster. So very safe play here by Cham. This does mean that his upgrades are going to be delayed, so his Eva chambers are going to be a little bit later. So later upgrades, but just a safer start. And he is taking a lot of gases though. He's going up to 5 gases. We'll see if he goes for the Spire again, as he's being very gas intensive here. So he may go into, oh, okay, there we go, double Evo Chamber, double upgrades. No Spire. Going into Ling Bane. Okay, let's go. He's getting to his own Ling Bane. At the same time, Vindicta, he has 3 more Raxes on the way. He's getting up to 5 Raxes back at home. So far, a standard setup. Cham securing himself, spreading creep, connecting his bases. Getting creep towards that halfway mark across the map. Ooh, 5 more Raxes on the way. We are going for the same build. Now, couple of things here. So Vindicta, he's going for 3 base all in. For those who are curious, it's the same build that Vindicta went for last game. So 3 base all in with 8 Raxes, pure marine tank with the Hellion support as well, as the 5 Hellions were preserved. Difference this time though is that this time Cham will have upgrades, this time Cham will have Baneling speed, and this time Cham, he isn't spending any resources on mutas. He'll have pure Ling Bane, which is exactly what he needs here. So this time Cham will have a stronger defensive line, and there's going to be a higher chance for Cham to survive this all in. Not saying that he will, just saying that again everything is looking better this time for Cham when it comes to defense. We have the Hydra Den on the way as well behind this. So Cham, he's attacking up into Ling Bane Hydra. Now, my biggest concern is that Cham, he has 0 scouting information. He does not know what's coming his way. Because of that, he might blindly drone up and he might blindly tech up as well. Like, Cham is playing very much so in the dark. But thankfully, he does blindly make some Ling Bane. There we go. Mix is moving in. He will spot the army. Oh my god, very nice volley goes off. Catching out some of the Ling Bane. Yeah, likewise, queens are exposed. Ling Bane does roll in. Mix does pull away. Does pull away in time. Nice spread as well. Mix is pushing forward. He does try to push forward. The armory is late this time for Mix, just now starting. So this time no Hellbats, and also 2-2 is delayed. He's rolling in, but a nice spread here from Vindicta. Yeah, so far, a very nice spread. Does kite back. Is there enough Ling Bane? Kites back to the tanks. Ling Bane is going to be cleaned up, and Mix, he can't keep pushing. He might barely have enough. Down to 1 tank. 1 tank left. Takes out all the Ling Bane, takes down the Hydras. Now he's going for the kill, going for the bases. Does Mix have enough? It's so close. It looks like he does. Yeah, he denies the Banelings. Cham, 0 scouting out of Cham. He went into Hydras. Hydras didn't really help too much. They didn't really help here. It's all about that Ling Bane, and there are no Banelings left. 0 Banelings, a couple of Hydras, and Mix, he does it. He does it. He breaks on through. Breaks through the defensive main army. There's a couple of queens trickling in. And two games in a row. 2 games in a row. 8 racks, 3 base all in. It does break Cham. And again, Cham, he had 0 scouting. Cham, he saw nothing. He had 0 scouting information. Had no idea what was coming his way. Este chavaco. Likewise, again, more Hydras are trickling in. Voids are being pulled. And 1 tank barely goes down. Oh, Cham, he's holding on. Took down the tank. Takes down the tank. Lings are trickling in. Hydra upgrades are building up. Now, what's important about what just happened is that Vindicta, he didn't kill the 4th. Oh, sorry, he didn't kill the 5th, and he only got 8 drone kills while he was trying to push into the natural. Like Migs, he was going directly for the kill. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Cham. Cham, he's barely holding on. Banelings finally remorph. The Banelings are back. Cham just needs a little bit more time. Oh, setting up a surround. It does set up. Oh, locks down the army, forces the pickup. Tank falls. Cham, he's holding on. He's holding on. I say that, fighting off a creep though. Oh my god. Yeah, nice spread here from Miguelito. Cham fighting off a creep. The Ling Bane gets punished. Cham getting a little bit too excited. Mix going for a drop. And again, Mix, he trades well, but he needs more. Like, remember, Mix, like, he has no gases, he has no factory, he has no force CC. Like, he is 3 base all in. He needs to find more damage here. He has to keep going, and he is. And gets another Hydra. Oh my god. Takes down another Hydra. A lot of Banelings do finish morphing. Migs, he pulls away. Loses one of the Medivacs. Will lose a tank as well. At the same time, Migs catching some Overlords. Cham, he does notice. Does react, does respond. I'll pick up there out of Migs. Does pick up Liberator into the natural mineral line, finding some damage. Distracting Cham. Oh no, the Hydras! Hydra exposed. 1, 2, 3, 4 Hydras going down. Nice target firing there out of Migs. Again, he's just pulling at Cham's attention apart. At least he's trying to. Cham, he is barely keeping up. The creep is receding. Oh, more Banelings trickle in. Ay, ay, ay. Nice target firing here out of Migs. Takes down the Banelings, moving in towards the right-hand side. He wants that mineral line. He is not getting in though. Has to pick up. Does pull away. At the same time, Migs moving in. Catching reinforcements. Getting another Hydra. Again, it is impressive here that Cham has survived for as long as he has. But Cham is only treading water. He's treading water at this point. Trying to keep his head above water. Oh, this base is isolated. Cham trying to hold on. Again, very delicate control here by Migs. He takes down the base. Takes down the 5th. Cham coming in from behind, going for a massive dive. Ooh, you have better Baneling connections. Yeah, a bit of a chaotic response there from Migs. He did clump up his army. Did clump, but it's there's not enough Link Bane. There's still not enough Link Bane. Again, Migs, he panicked in that response and that defense. But Cham just does not have enough. He just lost too much in the process. Like Cham, he's now down to 4 bases. He's even when it comes to workers. Some Banelings to defend, but Vindicta, he has done enough. He will snowball out of control. GG gets called, and Vindicta, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Migs going for the same 3-base all-in 2 games in a row. This time Cham, he was in a better position just because he did not go into mutas, so he had a more robust ground army with Banelings and with his initial 1-1 upgrades. But Cham didn't scout, and he didn't know what was happening, and he was blindly taking up into Hydras. Taking up into Hydras too quickly can get you killed, just because again you need as much Link Bane as possible to survive against these all-ins. And again, it wasn't just that, but also Cham wasn't ready for the push. He wasn't in position. He wasn't expecting it. He was caught with his pants down. That pants, they were always down, Pappy. They were always down. With that GG. With that GG, well played. Still though, it was very close. It was very close. It was very clutch. To be honest, Cham, he almost did hold. Almost did hold. Almost did survive. Almost. But not quite. GG, well played. With that, Vindicta, he does claim the series, does advance on into the next round, and the question becomes, does he have an opponent? He does! The matches, they do continue here as we switch our scene over and catch up on the bracket. Let's go.